Hey, welcome to the channel. Twitter Spaces every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. We talk about the two best projects in all of DeFi, the Drip Network and the Animal Farm. Let me introduce you to the host and the speakers of this week's episode of Twitter Spaces. The host, Drip to Wealth, aka Kryptonite. Speakers include Rock Ape, Crypto Mark 7, DeFi Dialogue, Drip Strategy, Josiah Lene, Crypto Bag Trav, Susie S. Drip, and Crypto King 420, aka Crypto Connoisseur. Hey guys, do me a small favor. Anybody you see on the screen, please subscribe to their socials. Follow them on Twitter and on YouTube. Look, I'm not going to have you guys wait too much longer because this episode, like all the episodes on Twitter Spaces, is straight fire. Enjoy.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Mark!
Yo, what's good? What's good?
DeFi Dialogue.
What up, man?
LD.
Yeah. What's going on, DeFi Dialogue in the house? Boom, LD in the house.
I see our guy, Crypto Connoisseur. What's going on, brother? All right, here we go. Good. All right, so I think let me just double check, make sure everyone's got the invite.
Crypto Mark, what's going on, my man?
Hey, the man of the hour, the man of the week.
I mean, Jesus. I mean, with that one, doesn't he take up like 6 months or so? Maybe a year?
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know, but I have a buddy of mine who's working it out right now to try and figure out where exactly the money's coming from. He's trying to link it together, but he thinks it came from Thomas G.
Thomas G.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crypto Talk with Thomas G. Let's see though.
I love that guy. I love that guy. He's the reason why I actually got into Drip. He was the first video, and then Crypto Mischief was the second one.
Boom.
Talking about Drip. Yeah.
I saw Stunner and Crypto Mischief. Those are the two that sold me on Drip. Then I found Thomas G afterwards.
Yeah. And you know what? That would be good. I'm actually going to reach out to those guys, both. Because Crypto Talk, he's back on the scene. He took like somewhat of a hiatus. And now he's back and actually making more videos. I wonder if he'll be interested in coming on Twitter Spaces, him and Crypto Mischief, Richie. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I tried to reach out to Richie, but I'm not sure if he checks his DMs or whatnot. He must get random DMs like I get. I'm starting to get random stupid DMs now. It's like, hey man, give me $200 and I'll retweet your tweet. It's like,
I saw that one today. Oh God. Crypto Connoisseur, I just invited you to speak. Can you hear me?
Got to say something to DeFi Dialogue. You can hear me okay?
Totally fine.
The DeFi Dialogue. Invest in yourself. Invest in your future. DeFi Dialogue out.
I totally love it.
That's how you started off. I like
Man, I watch
I
all your
totally
guys'
love it.
videos, just so you know. So I love being in here with you guys because I really enjoy speaking with you and listening to your opinions because I think you've all got something different to bring to the table. So thanks for having me in.
Man, and
Thanks,
actually,
man.
we're
Appreciate
really glad that you join us. Because last week, you know, your conversation and your question was so thought-provoking. And I think we all took quite a bit away, especially with the Max wallet. And then you had something to go back and kind of chew on to figure out how you wanted to manage your money. So it worked out really well. I love it.
Yeah, I've actually made some fairly large purchases since we last spoke. I went from 11.5. Now I'll be at 15 in a couple days.
Ooh!
Nice.
Now, what price?
Oh, you know I bought at 96 cents. I had to.
There you go.
I had to get sub dollar Drip. You know, it's got to happen.
Absolutely. And part of it is just, you know, to let people know, yeah, I did. I bought Drip below $1. There's some little bragging rights involved there too. Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I think I bought like 2,200 worth of Drip below $1.
And think about the price you paid for that when you first bought into Drip. I can't recall if you mentioned that to us, but what was the first price?
$147.
And can you get $2,200 at $147? That number would be insane. Are we talking like hundreds of thousands of dollars? Yeah.
So right now, as it stands, I mean, I'm sitting at like 15, whatever it is, 15,000 something, which is around 15,000 something in cash. It's taken me $31,500 to get to that position because I bought, originally high. But
Yeah.
I ain't worried about it, man. I mean, my maxed out account's in exactly 70 days. And
Only 70 days?
yep, 70 days
Wow.
exactly from today, I'll be maxed out. So that means, and I'm going to DCA a little bit, but that means that drip's going to get back to $2. And at $2 after taxes and everything, it's still going to bring $500 a day in, which means I'm going to walk away from the table at a $2 drip at a $51,000 return on top of my money. So that ain't bad.
And where else can you do that? I'm just curious.
Yeah. Nowhere.
Where else can you? Right. I think we've all dabbled in some other form of traditional assets, stocks,
Oh yeah.
real estate, businesses, and those types of returns are just unheard of. They just are. Yeah, which sound, but you can have confidence in the price, where everyone says, drip is below that dollar threshold. There's a little panicking involved, and it's okay to be nervous, right? Especially if you bought in your example at 147, and now it's down to $1. Should you have some reservations and some concerns? Probably, but if you really think about the project in itself, you go through your checklist and you ask yourself very tough questions. How good do I feel about the developer? What are they working on? Are they still developing? What's the overall sentiment of the community? And you start checking these boxes, and each time you check a box, you gain more and more confidence, and then you make a decision to double down. And when it turns, you're going to be happy you did. Because I don't know if it was DeFi Dialogue or Moonshot Max. I think it was Moonshot Max because he got excited about being on Twitter. So he started tweeting all over the place.
Yeah, that was Max. Yeah.
Right. Did he say something about drip at $1 where he said something? It was a phrase, and I can't quote it exactly, but it was along the lines of, I wish I would have bought more at that time. It's like 3 phrases. I'm gonna have to find it. And I think that's just what it is. You don't want to have any regrets. You know what I mean? You really don't, because this could be a once in a lifetime opportunity for a handful of people. And how many once in a lifetime opportunities do you get? Typically just one, so don't miss it.
If you guys want inspiration as far as not freaking out, let me lay something out for you. My first purchase was on January 26th of this year. Okay. My first initial investment was $4,800. I told you my first buy was about 145, 146, whatever it was there. I'd have to look at my sheet. I've dollar cost averaged $32,348. I'm looking at the sheet right now, throughout the year in order to get up to 15,000 drip. When I max out my account in 70 days, mid-February, the only time I'm going to freak out, I'm not going to freak out, but the only time I'd be concerned is at 47 cents, because at 47 cents, I will make back every dollar that I put into it over the next 8 months. So I bought at 146.
Yep.
And it can go all the way down to 47 cents before I will start losing money on my maxed account. If that does any mathematics for everybody, just to clarify. And I've got a lot of money invested in it. So for people that could put, man, if you put $1,000 in right now and you compound however long that takes for probably 430 days-ish, I mean, you're in like Flynn, man. You're going to make a killing. Even if it goes to a quarter, you'll make a killing. So
yeah. And crypto connoisseur, I think we brought it up once before, but that's just worth reiterating. Like, people really need to think about what their average cost is per drip. Right? Because that's all you're essentially saying is like, look, man, at this point in time where I'm expected to max out a wallet, my average cost per drip is going to be roughly 47 cents. Is that what I'm hearing right? So anything north of that number is gravy for you, right? 47 cents, not even $1, not $5, not 10, not even the all-time high of 197. I mean, when we talk about 197 per drip, you're talking about buying an island and disappearing. You know what I mean? So, but the math, the math is mathing, as we always say. Like, people just, if you don't want to panic, just do some very simple math. And it's as easy as taking the total amount that you invested and dividing it by the quantity of drip that you currently have in your deposit balance. And it's going to tell you what your average cost is. And here's the good news, everybody. As you continue to compound, your average cost is going to continue to decrease.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be winning.
Yep.
Right? So you're going to be winning.
And what I do to keep that average cost down is when we hit a substantial difference, I actually just started a whole new wallet with that new price point, so that I kind of skip the line for my main wallet and let that keep compounding to keep reducing that average cost down. But after about, I think, $50 down, I switched it up and then bought it into a new wallet when we hit like 10. And so that my average cost starts low for that second wallet.
See what I mean?
Mm.
Look, this is why we have the Twitter Spaces on Wednesday. Like, these are, again, I said all the time, these are conversations that are taking place behind closed doors. And that's selfish, right? We're supposed to be the best community in DeFi, so why not share these insights with the community? So people can start to think about how they want to strategize and develop their multiple wallet strategy. Like, all of this stuff is relevant. These are the types of questions and concerns we ask ourselves. And then we have people that we trust that we use as sounding boards. And based off of their experience and their recommendations, that's what we do, to create our path forward. So that's why we're here. That's why you guys have got to share this content. Let people know we're in Twitter Spaces every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the list of speakers are rock star. Right? We got Crypto Mark on the line. We got Drip Strategy. We got Rock Ape. We got DeFi Dialogue for the first time. Crypto Connoisseur is now becoming a regular voice. Then our listeners are dope as hell. We got Lavelle. I see you. We got Susie. We got Todd. Is this Sir Drip Salad is on? Who else? I want to make sure I get everybody. Farouk is on the line. This is why we do this. It's for the community, guys. And Moxon is there. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. There's GA. There's Gas, Drip, Maxi out. Come on, guys. This is why we do it. So look, guys, we jump right into it, which is fantastic. So let's do this. Let's rewind a little bit. How's everybody doing? How about that one?
Boom, boom, boom. I think LD should lead this.
No. LD's got to go last, because once LD tells his, your stuff is going to be irrelevant.
Look, mic drop after LD.
Everybody else get theirs out the way, and then let LD close it.
Oh. Yo, LD.
Yo.
Tell your story, bro.
Go ahead, LD. I'm teasing.
So, I'm actually ruining this because I was planning on doing a video tomorrow. It was going to be like how to double your drip while you sleep. Unfortunately, you should still do it, man. I should still totally do it.
I think you should.
Waking up with somebody who just literally took like 28,000 drip and deposited into the faucet under you, man. It's like, wow. Like I said, guys, I woke up and I refreshed my page like 6 times, and then I checked. Then I went over to dripnetwork.ca and I was like, what in the heck's going on? This guy literally threw in like a full wallet. And I'm like, who would do that? It got me thinking. And my wife's like, it was Forex Shark. He's seeing you, man. He's seeing you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Or somebody's super bullish over the next 3 months. Like, that's what they're looking at, right? Like, that they think that we're close to the bottom, and they see what's in the pipeline, and they know that they can claim every single day and realize substantial gains.
Yeah. But man, you want to know what like, I'm not going to take credit to this. This is actually Ohio Crypto who said it. But man, you know how like easy it is to raise the price of drip. If you think about it, what's the supply at right now? Let me go and check. So
like 850.
Yeah, okay. So 850,000.
900,000. 850, 900,000.
Yeah. So for example, what would happen if we set up a thing, for example, January 1st, let's all as a community buy $100 worth of drip. And let's say 10,000 people buy $100 bucks worth of drip. What would that do immediately.
So we said 10 times 100?
We would say
10,000 times
100 times
100.
10,000. Yeah.
Isn't that $1 million? Rough math?
That would be 1 million
Yeah.
of the supply gone.
Yep.
No more supply.
And I agree. I wonder what that would do with the price. You know what I mean? Quick math on something like that, because I'm trying to figure out the supply at the time when it was $100 plus. I thought supply was anywhere between like 5 and maybe 10,000.
Yeah.
Total supply is about 850,000, right?
Yeah, I'm saying when when Drip's price was maybe north of $100 LD. I'm trying to figure out what the supply was at the time. I'm wondering if it was between like a 5 and 10,000 supply range for Drip when it was over $100. Yeah.
Yeah. So that could really skyrocket the price. So I mean, if this is what I feel like, if people are there fudding, let them FUD. But I still think that there are at least 10,000 people inside of this community, right, that are still super bullish on this. And I feel like if we wanted to, if we all work together, we could totally smash that supply in one day. You know,
sounds like we're all starting a campaign for January 1st. We all buy $100 worth of drip.
I agree.
And I mean,
start
even
saving
if it's
now.
Not 10,000 people who do it, it'll still eat a huge amount of that supply. So if people are saying, "Oh, drip's going to zero, man," the community, like, look at the guy who decided to buy 30,000 worth of drip today and put it under my buddy address. That's 30K gone right there. One person.
Totally. You know? No, let's start the movement. I'm on board with that, because clearly the community is the foundation of this protocol, quite frankly. You know what I mean? Yes. So if we're waiting on Forex Shark to bail us out, we shouldn't be. No, like we're all functioning adults, and we should think that way, and we should synergize and march toward an agenda. And I like the agenda about circulating, even if it moves the needle just a little bit. The fact that we were able to collectively agree on an action speaks volume to what we can do going forward. So I'm on board with something like that. And here's the good news. It's not a lot of money. It's only $100.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Hey, so if you guys want a little bit of math on that, there's 100,000 people in Drip. If we only got 10,000 people to only buy $20 on the same point day, that'd be $200,000 out, or I'm sorry, 200,000 Drip out of an 850,000 supply. That would be roughly an 8x on the price. Would be sitting at about $9.50 to $10.
Whoa. Now, guys, think about all the newcomers, all the guys and girls which bought in at $1.40, 97 cents. We didn't even talk to them. Sure. I didn't see someone joining in now November, December. All of us were joining last year or at all-time high, and we are discussing how can we DCA down. Yeah.
Yes.
But imagine someone like LD's new team member. He got in at, I don't know, $1. What is his risk? If, let's say, drip goes down to 50 cents, he lost half his value, but through compounding, he can make this back. And if the price goes to $2, he's I don't know, he's rich, you know.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. It's crazy for us.
Rich.
We're always talking. Oh, I got in at 140. I got in at 160. But these guys, they got in at $1. So they don't fucking care where the price goes.
No,
it can only go up, you know.
And here's a crazy thought, is the fact that, yes, Forex Shark, an incredible developer, the leader of the community, but imagine from an outside perspective, Forex is concentrating on Animal Farm, and the community was able to pick up a torch that led to a campaign that had 10,000 people buy $20 worth of drip. and it was a community movement without the involvement of Forex that was able to 8x the price at this point, that would be so insane that who wouldn't jump in because they know the power of the community and they know the power of the message, and they know that you don't have to rely on the developer coming up with something new every single week to keep hype. That would be absolutely so fire that I just don't see a single other outside perspective person not jump right in.
You know what's crazy too? You can even market it as a, let's do it on January 1st, guys. Come on, who didn't get $100 for Christmas?
I'm in, man.
That's right.
Why not do it? Plus, everyone's got a New Year's resolution to either lose weight or make more money anyway. So why not give
Make more
yourself the
money.
best chance to do that? Yeah.
Tell you I'm not going to lose more weight, so let's do it.
No, let's be serious about it. And I think we are. You know, I think it's the right initiative. And if we get our group behind it, because again, I'm referring to us, so now we're the Avengers, but we're the New Jacks. Yeah. And I keep saying we're making noise. And in our industry, when you make noise, that means people are building. So we're building for the future. And I think people are starting to pay attention. So I think if we aggressively get behind an initiative, people will follow, right? Yeah. It really would. Yeah, people will follow. Yeah.
Especially when the price tag's so low. $20 is nothing to change the price that much. And if say it was 10 times that you were actually able to get people to buy $100, that's exponentially more than 8x, right?
Yeah. But you said it best, Rocky. I mean, just imagine everyone who's window shopping right now. It will be so much more attractive when they see a chart that's actually starting to make a U-turn.
That could actually start the fire and just light us to the next ATH, you know?
Yes.
People are thinking our community is down and out. They see all the sell pressure and they're like, oh, the belief in it is down. Like the fear is all-time high. But if we were actually able to pull off that, even half of it, if you were only able to 4x the price, who wouldn't be thrilled? Who wouldn't be going crazy?
So we said 4x. So in our
4x,
minds, honestly, I think my happy spot, and this is just being ultra conservative, I think we were all saying we would be happy with 2, but like $5 seemed like the sweet spot, right? That's a really nice place to land for Drip before all of the incremental utility kind of kicks in. Can you imagine a 5x from where we're at right now? Oh my Lord.
I'm curious how many people participated in the no sell August. I'm wondering if we can get the same people to buy $100 January 1st. That would be insane. I truly think that it's possible too. Like, there's just so much power between the social medias and the community support. Like the people that tune in every single week to these, to the lives, to everybody else's YouTube pages, like it's there. The people want something to get behind. This could be it.
I agree.
What we should probably do, guys, is if anybody, DeFi Dialogue, DL, Crypto, Rock Ape Drip, any of you guys, if you have a line to Bartertown is our foothold to get in with Forex. What I would suggest is saying that you have a community event that you'd like to announce, and whether they want to announce it for you, or if you just want to let him bring you on a Telegram chat when he has one of his AMAs. They're not really AMAs, so we can't get up there and promote anything. But if you could get Bartertown to allow one of you YouTubers that are well known, that knows he's not going to get up there and just spout a bunch of bullshit, you could go up and say, hey, we're going to participate on January 1st or February 1st, whatever it is. And we're trying to get 10,000 people to buy $20 worth of drip on this day. So if you're, you could say something like, if you're holding money and you're ready to buy now, wait until the 1st. We can all do it at once. And, even if you just get a 4X, you get half the people to do it. You're talking about a $4.50 drip.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a great idea.
Drip Guy might have the best link because he's part of the DAO, and he seems to be able to get in on the some of those AMAs or voice chats. Or Wannabe Whale, like he would be huge for that. He loves to talk about that.
I talked to those guys as well. But what I'm thinking, why don't we start like we can call the campaign like start the new year with a new drip price,
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's.
Susie, I invited you to speak. All right,
I
just
know
wanna
what the
let you
rest of the week's YouTubes are going to look like, eh? Or the rest of the years.
I got so many things. I had the video planned today. I was gonna speak to the fudders, but because I've been getting lots of FUD comments, man. But they're not FUD comments. They're like, you know, wishing bad things happen to me. And then all of a sudden, I posted the
There's a
video
difference.
today, and the FUD messages were like, okay, well that's all cool, but Drip's still at $1.
We just talked about how easy it is to change that.
Yeah.
Yo, I've
Oh
got an
my
idea for the campaign. If you guys want to think about something, this will go over into Twitter. We can call the campaign 2023, and what you can do is, because every time you tag something in Twitter with a dollar symbol, it'll automatically bring up a hashtag link. So put the dollar symbol in front of 2023 and put a decimal between the 20 and the 23. It could be the 2023 $20 buy event for Drip, and it'll show up in hashtags on Twitter.
Ooh, and let's have them buy 23 Drip. How about that? We get a little bit extra over the 20.
I like
Let's
it.
have them buy
Has
the
a
23.
nice ring to it.
Yeah.
Nice ring to it.
Bring in 2023 with a dollar symbol, man, and you can get that trending on Twitter.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so we'll have to circle back, guys, because I think we need to get behind this initiative and get the right leaders within the ecosystem to support it. And this thing could catch wildfire because there's so many influencers now that really believe in the product that we could really send shockwaves through the entire DeFi space. Not just the folks within the Drip ecosystem, but the DeFi space that are really looking for something.
Is 20 Drip in 2023, right?
So I was thinking 23 Drip. I was thinking 23 Drip. Yeah.
So what I was saying is you put the dollar symbol in front of 2023 and split up the 20 and the 23 with a decimal point, and it'll be the $20 event in 2023. So that way you're playing on the dollar symbol hashtag in Twitter that'll show up in people's feeds. You're going to get the 2023 year. You're going to get the $20 buy in the 2023 year. You kind of get the trifecta.
Got it.
I'll do the art for that. Let's
do it.
Wonderful.
I love it.
And then I'll send it to you guys, and we'll get it all spit out over Twitter.
Like you're talking about leaders in the space.
A conversation.
Just look at everybody. Look at everybody in this chat. Like every single one of these people I see in every single live that I'm ever able to jump on. I'm not talking about just ours. I'm talking about, like, you go to DeFi Proof, same names. You go to Ray, same names. These are the people that are supporting and bringing this. This is the reason why this community is worth being in.
Yeah,
it's the best.
I'll send it all over. I'll send it to Driptopian, the Crypto Kings, Drip Guide.
Nice,
yeah.
Lene, I see you. I see you popped in. Todd made it. Welcome, Lene and Todd. Right on. Welcome, gentlemen.
Right.
I want Lene to come on too. I want to give him an opportunity when the moment's right for him to speak through the Drip games. I really think that's another fantastic way to create utility for Drip. And it's creative and it's rock star for people who are gamers. I love it.
I love it too.
Susie, you there?
Gaming is something we have not gotten. Sorry, Susie.
Hi. No, it's okay. Go.
No, go ahead, Rocket. Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, Forex has been talking about how much he wants to get in the gaming space. And once again, we're all waiting for him. And then Lene comes in and is like, I don't need to wait. I got the skills. Let's do this. It doesn't have to be a brand new game to get the community involved and to interact with Drip. So I absolutely love it. I missed the live, but I heard from Mo how fun it was. So
I heard from Mo that Lene kicking his butt.
Yeah,
I did that too. Seemed to have a smile on his face for it, though. So that's the important part.
Hey, DeFi Dialogue, this is your first time, my friend. I want to say welcome to Twitter Spaces. It is my humble opinion that you are the alpha dog of the early morning YouTube content.
Well,
and again, do you have
the
military background? I think we talked about that, right? Military? Is that true? Or am I making that up?
No. My dad was military, but I've always been an early bird. The problem is sometimes I never go to sleep, so I'm early because I never went to sleep. So
Understood.
therefore, I'm up.
Well, people are having coffee or tea listening to your videos on the way into work. So that's rock star.
Greatest way to start my day every day is on the way to work. I just put it on as if it's a podcast, and but I'm only 10 minutes away from my shop, so it's literally the perfect amount of time every single morning.
Awesome. I appreciate
Right
that. Now that gives me fuel to keep going. And shout out to Susie. Susie, I watched your video today, so I'm glad you're in here to speak to us. So I heard you apologizing in your video that you were not making a lot of content because life had you busy.
Let me see.
Me?
Was that Susie or was that?
No, it's not me.
Crypto Professor Girl.
I think that's
sorry.
Crypto Professor Girl.
Professor
Yeah.
Girl. I am so sorry.
Yes.
I am so sorry.
My videos are still editing. My first videos are still in
right there with
production. But they're tutorials. They're not live videos.
Yeah, and Susie, you sent me something in a DM. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to go through it. Can you tell me what it is? Is it something we could share with the folks on the call?
Yeah, it's a message from Forex that I took it from Bartertown chat. If you want it, I can read it for you.
Yeah, why not?
Guys. But the first is kind of I think it's kind of pissed, but
okay,
it's hope for the last 30s. So bullish. Give me a second. Drip is getting gatekept. Oh, it's so small.
Yes.
Sorry, my English is not good.
No worries, no judging.
Thank you. Drip is getting gatekept to an insane degree. It's really unfortunate, and I have little to no control over it. We have reached out to these platforms and have had limited success. It's so fucking
Yeah, he definitely swears. He sure does throw out the F-bomb. Yeah.
Ridiculous that projects which have literally been hacked multiple times and have lost users' funds multiple times have no warning, but Drip does. It's because we are number 2 in transaction volume in VSC. So we stand out and get bunched in with other daily ROI platforms with a team component which we are actually high risk, but we are not. This is a battle we have been fighting for a long time. This is why I've been insisting so much that Drip and Animal Farm are kept separate. So AF doesn't get gate kept in the same way. And this is the bullish thing. Regardless, we still have a lot of work being done on the Drip right now. A 4-man dev team is building and should have a ton of work done for Drip by mid-January. That is so bullish.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah.
Speak your it. Speak your it. For it, Shark.
Go.
Oh God.
Hey, speak your
shit.
Now imagine that came right on the heels of a community-led thing like what we were talking about. That'll be perfect.
I agree,
Yeah,
Gabe.
so bullish.
So you know what he was talking about with that, right? Because I woke up today with a message from one of the guys in my group, and they're like, "Hey, what does this mean, LD?" And it was a message on MetaMask warning, being like, "Hey, be careful interacting with this thing." So he was talking about that, right? And he just basically said that he told us the reason why we were seeing that is because of how we're being, jammed in with all these other ROIs. But man, this makes total sense why he wants them to into two different categories, right? Because he doesn't want that same difficulty that he's having with drip to go on to Animal Farm as well, because Animal Farm is not an ROI application, right? It's a I always like to say drip, the faucet is where you go to keep your money, to grow your money, it's your daily savings account. And then when you want to invest, you go over to the Animal Farm, right? So I feel that it makes complete sense why Forex Shark wants to separate them. If he's having that huge problem between the two, right, then let's separate them, because we know that once people come into the Animal Farm, get confidence, start seeing the returns, then they're going to go, what else has this guy made?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Totally.
And that's why it's so important, even though we wish there was a bit more focus on the drip network, which is why he's got to make certain that the Animal Farm is rock solid.
Yeah.
Because that's what he's going to present to retail, because it lacks some of the Ponzi-nomics that drip currently has, right? Notice I didn't say Ponzi scheme, I said Ponzi-nomics, and we all can agree that most businesses, possess Ponzi-nomics, right? But I can see how people can be turned off by that aspect. And then right around, say that again.
It's true. I said we need a new term, because you're right. Like, every business needs new money to come in.
Totally.
Funny enough, except for Animal Farm, because it's a lending platform. So we don't actually need any new money to come in for that success. But every business needs new money in order to sustain itself, especially with rising costs. But we just need a better term than Ponzi-nomics, because people will take that and run with it. And especially with those in Twitter seem to die for it.
They love it. So I agree. That could be some homework for 2023 as well. But needless to say, that's why it's so important for him to get the Animal Farm up and running so that he can present to retail. And I agree. Once they get introduced to our ecosystem, then they're going to be aware of all the other applications that we have available to them. So there's going to be a trickle-down effect to the faucet. There's going to be a trickle-down effect to the garden. There's going to be a trickle-down effect to the piggy bank and anything else that he has. So I agree. He's just got to work and focus on the Animal Farm. And here's some things that I've kind of been thinking about. And it was Smooth and Crypto that said it. You guys notice how sometimes someone can say something to you and someone can say the same thing, but it hits different? Have you guys noticed that?
Yeah, when DeFi Dialogue says it, it's always different.
Yeah.
It just hits different.
Man.
So Smooth and Crypto said something along these lines. I was like, my God, everyone's been saying it, but the way that you said it makes sense to me. Like, I think personally, I've been anxious, for lack of a better word, anxious to see a run-up on drip. And I want that run-up to happen like next month. And he said, look, for me, it really doesn't matter. All I care about is the next bull cycle. If anything happens before then, fantastic. But my goal is to position myself for the next bull cycle. So if I have 3 months or 12 months to get ready for that, cool. But if I focus on the next cycle and not the next month, then there's less anxiety. And I'm like, yeah, that's how I need to be thinking about things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys the story about what happened to the guy? I woke up one morning, right? I have been having a bit of an issue with a guy in my group. I call him Mr. Negativity. And I blocked him. I blocked him from being able to message. And then he messaged me and he's like, hey, LD, you blocked me from messaging. I said, yeah, man, you're just negativity. You're pure negativity. And he was just every day, and they're like, why is the price of drip going down? Why is the price of drip going down? And we're answering him every single day, like, because people are selling, man, because people are selling. And then finally, after he messaged me and he's like, hey, okay, fine, I won't do it again. I said, okay, you know what? I believe in second chances. That's cool. And I let him speak again. And then all of a sudden, the next day, he sends me a message, like a DM, and he's like, LD, the price of drip is so low, it's done. It's dead. Drip is done. It's dead. My 500 drip, I'm just going to claim out, and I'm done. And I'm like, you've been complaining about all this for 500
500 drip? Yes.
And that's when I did my video yesterday about, so what are you more likely to say? Oh crap, I should have just, claimed that 500 drip, because right now I'd have $500 and I'd be a millionaire? Or are you more likely to say, crap, if only I hadn't have sold that 500 drip today, I would be super well off?
Yeah.
That
No
is so
brainer.
Yeah.
No
so
brainer.
Yeah.
No
And
brainer.
I thought of this before, like yesterday when I kept texting you guys about traditional finance, about being in stocks, selling. I sold a couple of houses before. It's a lot of things that go on in those markets that you kind of get mentally fortified for a bear market in crypto. But if this is your first time investing in anything, then I do see, some of the concern or frustration, because this is literally your first rodeo. So I
Yeah.
do try to remind myself and be patient with. Some people come into the game with no experience in investing in crypto in anything. So to them, it hits harder. But once you have, you've been in it for a while, you develop strategies, kind of what you were talking about, that you're just positioning yourself for the next bull run. That's what
Yeah.
I do with my stocks. That's what I do if I'm trying to buy real estate or something. What can I buy dirt cheap now? And when the bull run comes, these are assets, and some of those things I'm going to sell while everybody else is in euphoria state buying it up. So it's one
Exactly.
of those mentalities you have to develop, but it does come with experience.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Crypto connoisseur, were you trying to say something? I want to make sure. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to cut in front of anybody. I have an interesting perspective on this whole situation. If you guys want to hear it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
all right. So please don't throw any pity my way. That's not why I'm doing this. I'm just going to tell you what's happening. Um, you guys can see I'm in a fairly decent mood most of the time when we speak, and I don't get very negative, but today is actually one of the worst days I've ever had in business. I had to give up my business today. So,
Okay.
I built my business for 8 years, but due to the macro economy and the housing market and things like that, I've completely lost about 98% of my business through no fault of my own. It's through the economy. But I was able to acquire a corporate sales job today through an
Congrats.
interview. So the same day that I lose my business, at least mentally wise, and I've got to give up on it, I'm acquiring a good paying job. And the reason for that, and I just want to bring this up because when I spoke with the interviewer today, the interviewer said, "You're handling this pretty well." And I said, "Yeah, because you've got to keep a positive mindset about stuff." I said, "If I go home and I cry on the couch and bitch and complain and whine and walk around and mope, I'm not going to make any more money. It's not going to help my position at all. But if I just wipe my tears, get up, smile, and go put my efforts that I could have been crying on the couch with towards the next thing, it's going to help. It's not going to hurt." So the same day that I had to give all this up, I'm going to gain a position that's going to allow me to at least sustain myself for, the next couple of years until whatever happens. I mean, more than likely probably get rich from drip, but, and and I really do believe that drip is going to be a saving grace for me. I don't know if I told you guys in the last chat, but over the last, I'd say 16 months or so, I've lost about $1.4 million between the stock market and the crypto market. So, it's pretty much financial ruin at this point. And you start looking at your house, you start looking at your vehicles,
Yeah.
and you're thinking, what can I sell so that I can, keep the house or keep this or that? So, is it one of the worst days of my life today? Absolutely. But I'm still breathing. There's still possibilities out there.
Yeah.
And all I have to do is pivot to bring myself to look out for that next opportunity to bring myself back. And that's where you've got to have that mindset. These people that are negative all the time, it doesn't help anything. And a lesson that I've learned, and LD, I really wanted to give you a thumbs up for what you did, because giving people a second chance nowadays is not what people think. It is very important to give people a second chance. And for you to stop a guy that's negative, you're well within what you should have done. To give him a second chance is showing your true grit. But at the same time, if he does all that stuff again, that's on him. That's not on you. So I just want to back you up. And I think that you did the right thing, and everybody just needs to keep their head up.
Amen.
Totally agree.
Yeah, fantastic.
And congratulations on the new position. That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
When does the new
And you
position
already
start?
do
Is
it.
it the first of the year?
I got to work out all the details because
Okay.
it's a salary plus total gross profits percentage and all that. And once I take a week to work out all the contractual deals and all that stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go from making 800,000 a year with my business profit to I'm hoping about 150, 160. So it's a hell of a drop.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you, brother. Clearly, we're all hoping that the ecosystem does exactly what we expect, and the passive income plus the gig kind of bridges the gap, because obviously that seems like a massive shift in your lifestyle. But Drip and the animal farm could probably help soften that blow a little bit. So let's pray for the best. Yeah.
And, out of all of that stuff,
yeah.
Does it bother me that I'm losing a business that I built from scratch? Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And that's terrible. It's a hard pill to swallow. But realistically, you want to know the one thing that bothers me the most is I'm going to have to spend less time with my wife. That's the only thing that bothers me, because at the end of the day, I don't give a rat's ass about my house or about my vehicles or any of my collectibles. All I care about is time with the loved ones. And, I'm going to lose probably half of that time. That's what bothers me. And that's what drives me, because that's what I ultimately want, is I want more time, because it's the one thing on this earth that you can't buy, trade, sell, barter, anything. Once you use up that minute, it's gone. And that is an invaluable asset. So
very true.
That's the only thing I'm really upset about.
Very true.
Can I share something?
Sure.
Yeah.
What happened to me in the same regard? I didn't lost my business, but it was the other way around. I was working for a bank here in Argentina, and that was my way of living. Then they fire me because they fire a lot of people here because of the situation in the bank, not for any reason personally. But I thought that was the end for me, and the baddest thing that happened to me, because I didn't know what to do. But then I want to tell you this, because I want to share this, because I know now that this kind of things, when bad things happens, in the long run, we can see back to what happened and see that good things come from that.
Well said.
After I got fired, my father was married at that time, and then a couple of months later, in this time, we went to for Christmas dinner. We all us alone, him and me, and he told me that he was getting a divorce, and he needed a secretary. And I told him I was fired and I needed a job. After that, a couple of days later, he said, "Why don't you be my secretary?" After that, I spent the next almost 25 years working with him, and it changed my life for the better. I was so blessed.
That's awesome.
Because they fired me.
That is awesome.
And
you don't think about it that way, especially not in the moment. It is devastating in most cases. Yeah. Devastating. But then it creates other opportunities on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah. Think that maybe this is a bad moment you're living, but in the long run, you will see that maybe you got more money to invest in Drip.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have more time to spend with your wife.
Totally.
So you don't know what is going to happen.
You don't.
Maybe it's
But God
preparing
bless
him, so he doesn't have to get rid of his business anymore. He just has to quit his CEO job as soon as Drip frees him financially.
Yeah. And that's
God bless.
the key point too, right, LD? And for
Yeah.
everyone listening, like the same thing again, and I'm going to use the example that probably most of us have heard over the course of our lives. Like, there should always be a plan B, right? A baked in plan B, especially when you think about a career and one in which it's a corporate gig where you probably have less control of your destiny, because sometimes it's really about the numbers. It's about the economics. And if they don't hit a certain milestone or target, they're just going to lay off a certain number of people on this list. So it has nothing to do with the effort, the commitment, and the sacrifices that you've made. And none of us really expect that day to happen. But how many of us really prepare for that? And then that goes back to the plan B scenario. Drip and any other type of passive income opportunity creates that plan B for you, right? And we're saying in our example, it's a relatively affordable price to get started. So the cost of entry, the risk there is very, very low. And it has the potential to generate passive income. And the passive income buys you what? It goes back to what Crypto Connoisseur said, time, the most valuable asset, time. So if you're not in a hurry to go out and pick up the next opportunity because you got to pay your bills and you get into a job that you don't like, you get into a job where you're there way too many hours and you don't see your family or your significant others, Drip buys you time to potentially cover your living expenses and find the right fit, your second career. So if it's not Drip, it should be something else, guys. So the plan B, and I'm glad that everyone's got one, need to be thinking about that, you know? Need to be thinking about it.
Yeah.
All right. So with Laine, is your hands up to speak? No, it was not. Okay, he's good.
He put his thumb up. He put his thumb up.
Thumb up. He's ready.
Okay, let me ask him one more time. So it's
Laine,
the
all you
thumb
gotta
up.
do, bro, is unmute yourself.
Okay. How about that one? Let's try that one. Laine, we hear you. Maybe a little static.
A little choppy.
Yeah.
Laine, don't be swimming while you're talking.
That is dangerous. We just pumped up your game for Sunday. You need to be available. You know what? Try to disconnect and call back. Let's see if that works. Mm-hmm.
You know, you're talking about Plan B, and I read something that was like the average millionaire has 7 streams of income, and the crazy part is this ecosystem already almost it actually can already give you 7 different streams of income, and then you stick to your day job too, and you're there.
Totally.
Like, not a terrible way to go. You got Drip, you got Drip Garden, you got the pigs, dogs, BUSD, BNB, a Bitcoin, Ethereum, and you're earning on all of them.
Man, it's insane. It's almost too good to be true. Like the animal farm has it all. Yeah, it really does.
Part of my contract that I'm working out is for them to pay me digitally a percentage of my sales. So the total gross profits is going to come in and BNB to me, so I can directly buy and kind of circumvent some of the fees.
Oh, come on, man!
Yeah.
Come on, Crypto.
So let me ask you: did you choose BNB because it was too weird to say "pay me in pigs"?
Yeah. That was exactly right. Yeah. You know, realistically, the reason I asked for BNB is because I have a more bullish outlook on BNB than I do most cryptocurrencies, which includes Ethereum. I'm not a big fan of Ethereum, and I think that they've had some chances to do good things. They just haven't done it yet. Bitcoin, you know, there's going to be a halvening in 2 years. That's going to go up in price. I know that, but I think BNB is going to be one of the most utilized currencies in the world. I mean, it already is.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think Ethereum is going down. Like when Vitaly sold at the top and then said in like a bragging way that he told and had his entire organization sell the top, I just thought that is not a community I would like to be part of.
Well, the nice thing about that community is when they sold at the top, they had to pay $8 million in fees. So because that sucks. But when you guys have the Drip to Wealth, when you have the questionnaire thing, I do have a real specific, different type of question for the community that I'd really like to ask and get opinions on. So when we get to that point, let me know.
Sounds good. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Lene. Let's see if we can get him on there. Lene, can you hear us okay?
Yep. Does this sound better?
Oh,
Much
perfect.
better.
Hey, all right, sweet. Yes.
So here's what I was thinking. So the floor is yours, but I really want you to share the drip utility that you created because I think it's innovative, it's relevant, and it's necessary. So if you could share that with the listeners, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, sure. Well, first, I just want to say thanks for everybody that has been, promoting my stuff and just, shouting me out and, just giving me a platform. And I appreciate you guys. I mean, literally, there's like no better community that I'm a part of. Well, I mean, besides my church, but you can't beat that. But I'm not gonna say.
Okay. We'll be second to the church.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the
just
reason,
the church, though.
yeah, and the reason why I actually have to make this quick is because I'm actually going to choir rehearsal, so I'll try to make it as quick as possible. So Ray always says, put your brick in. And before, I was just making YouTube videos of drip, but I was just like, I want to do like more. And I was fine with just doing like my regular videos, but I just wanted to do more. And so I was thinking, I was like, man, like what can I bring to the table? And so before I got into drip, my YouTube channel was actually a video game channel, and I have a Twitch. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to bring this together. And so what I thought, or the idea that I came up with a little help with LD with the naming, but was called Drip Games. So with the Drip Games, every Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, I am on Twitch and YouTube. Actually, I'm doing a multi-stream, and I'll get into that in a minute. But I'm streaming, and you can join the stream and participate by playing Mario Kart Tour on mobile. And if you join my lobby and get first place, then you get a chance to win some drip at the end of the stream. So whenever you win, you can put in the chat like your wallet address, and then I'll put that into the raffle, and then I'll spin it at the end, and then whoever it lands on, then they win some drip. But yeah, it's so how I'm utilizing my Twitch is since I already built that up a little bit to where I have a sub button. Anybody who has Amazon Prime, they can actually subscribe to me for free. And that money that people use to subscribe to me, I'm actually going to be putting in the reservoir to help support drip. And so that's just like another way to incentivize people to, to be involved and to want to help out the ecosystem.
That's awesome. And then, so all they need is an Amazon account, and then you said their mobile phone.
Well, they don't need to have the Amazon. I just added that because, if you have Amazon Prime already, if you subscribe to somebody on Twitch, it's free. So basically, that's free money that you're putting into the reservoir. It's no cost to you because you already have Prime. You're already paying for Prime, and you can subscribe to somebody for free every month on Twitch. And so I'm doing that.
Love it. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm actually going to plan to join this Sunday.
Yeah, hey, I'm looking forward to it. And you too, DeFi Dialogue. I that video that you said I was talking smack, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I was, but I was literally about to come on here and be like, yo, you ready to get clapped?
Healthy competition. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
this is good. And again, it goes back to the community creating ways. with our own initiative, not waiting for Forex Shark or someone else to give us the deliverable, and create content and utility for Drip. Because all it is, it's about brand awareness. Like, that is the torch that everyone on this call is somewhat responsible for, at least the folks that are on this call, because some people don't want to do this type of heavy lifting. But the folks on this call, we don't have a problem doing that. And it is creating initiatives, coming up with ideas, and seeing it all the way through. Because, again, the more people that are window shopping that we can convert to drippers, for lack of a better word, that would be awesome and great for the entire ecosystem. So we just need a little bit of momentum. So we're just starting to stack stuff on top of stuff, right? So we've got the Mega Live, we got the Twitter Spaces, now we got Drip Games, and then we've got NFTs, and then we've got shorts. I mean, we're just stacking bricks on top of britches, and I'm loving it, man. This is great for the community. So I'm glad you were able to come on and share your utility with the community. That's dope.
Yeah, thanks for letting me speak for a little bit. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for continuing to put your bricks in, and yeah, this community is awesome, and I'm super excited for next year.
Cool.
Laine,
Thanks,
I just
Laine.
wanted to say, man, the name for your Drip Games is so sick.
Yeah, man. Whoever came up with that is a beast, man. Just a straight beast. Hey, yo,
I have no
congrats
idea who that
on
might
that
be.
2K, by the way, man. That's freaking awesome. You deserve it, dude.
Oh, God.
Thanks,
This
bro.
is
I appreciate
fantastic.
that.
This is
Alrighty, guys. I'll
fantastic.
talk to you later.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Sounds
Hey,
good.
be ready, DeFi Dialogue. I'm about to wipe the floor with you. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's being serious.
So, our-
DeFi Dialogue, you still there, brother?
I think he's cutting out.
Yeah, he is. That's why I wanted to double check.
DeFi dialogue got cut out.
DeFi dialogue.
Yeah, because I keep hearing him starting, but we never hear him finish. Yeah. Okay, yeah. DeFi Dialogue, here's what I'll do. I'll resend the request for you to speak. Let me do that right now.
Looks like he left.
Yeah.
Get him back.
Okay, so I'll give it to him. All right, there is. DeFi
All
Dialogue.
right. Do I sound any better? Sound worse?
He's connected.
Loud and clear, my friend.
I don't know if it sounds better, but it works.
You know what? I'm gonna have to meet in this city. I'm gonna drop a random location we can meet.
Right. I'm gonna ping you. Okay. Hey, look. So I've got some things that I want to cover, but it's not a hard list. So is there anything that any of the listeners or speakers wanted us to get into? I know, Crypto Connoisseur, you definitely had something for us.
So I've got a really important question that affects everybody in crypto. And I
Okay.
want your guys' opinions on it because I probably hold a different opinion than the rest of you. Every time you guys get on your crypto videos, every one of you are like, get a Ledger, get a Trezor, get a whatever hardware wallet, right?
Yes.
So I disagree.
Ooh.
I've been in crypto for years. I've had 30 wallets. I work on AVAX chain, Smart Chain, Polygon, Ethereum, you name it. I'm on every chain. I use MetaMask. I use Trust Wallet. I have a Binance account. I have a Crypto.com account. You name it. I'm part of it. And the only thing I've done is not give out my seed phrase. Okay. So you guys are saying, well, use your hardware wallet, lock up all your crypto. So somebody answer me this. What happens when your house burns down? How do you get your crypto? What happens when you drop your ledger and it breaks, or you drop it into your coffee and it's flooded? Can anybody explain to me how you get your crypto back? I personally think that it's actually a liability, and I've never heard the other side of it. So if anybody can educate me, if I'm wrong, beat the shit out of me with it. But
No.
No.
It's not that
No,
serious,
not
but
at all.
the answer, I think, is simple. LD, you got it?
Yeah.
I know
So
the answer too. Yeah.
essentially all that the ledger does is hold your seed phrase. Right. So if you've got your seed phrase, I would never suggest you keep your seed phrase somewhere that's burnable. So if your house is gonna go on fire, maybe get a fireproof case or somewhere
Or safe.
extremely
Oh yeah,
safe
I've got
to
a
hold
safe
on to
with a
that.
safe inside of it.
Yeah, definitely
Exactly.
a
So
safe.
the only thing that the ledger does is it holds onto your seed phrase, so it's not physically on your device. So for example, if you click on a random coin that's appeared in your wallet, if you click on a random link for somebody, who sent you it, right? That person is going to have a lot harder time getting access to your stuff because they have to first hack your computer and then hack into the ledger, because it's your seed phrase is not physically on the device. So if you, for example, your house burns down and your ledger melts into a ball of plastic, all you got to do is get a new ledger and just re-put your seed phrase on that, and it'll work just like the ledger never burnt down. You'd have a brand new ledger. Just it's literally that simple. So the only thing that the ledger protects you from is the actual interactions that you do on a daily basis, and that clicking the wrong thing, right? So always
because
put your seed phrase somewhere that's safe, even if it burns down. And then other than that, man, that's one good thing that I like the ledger, because I had a buddy who clicked on the wrong link. Like, that's all he did, and all of his BNB that he put in the reservoir is toast, because someone is just draining it every single day.
So, and I never looked into this stuff. So this is literally me doing my own research, which everybody can do. Doesn't matter what you're looking at. So that's why I'm asking questions, because I'm really good at the crypto thing. Made a lot of money over the years, and I know how to do just about everything in crypto, but I've never looked into the hardware wallets. I have a ledger and I have a Trezor, but they're still sitting in boxes. So
yeah, you probably want to get on a hardware
So if
wallet.
I ever have an issue, as long as I have my seed phrase saved,
Yeah.
I can just buy another ledger, use it.
Yep.
That'll unlock it.
Yes.
Yeah, you could literally buy 6 ledgers, man. You could buy 6 ledgers, 6 treasures, and you can put them your seed phrase on every single one of them, and have like 12 backup devices, and you'll be okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Because
That's what I need
everything's
to
on
know.
the blockchain. Everything is saved on the blockchain. Yep.
Yeah.
And
That's what I
have
was
some
wondering.
copies. Have some copies of your seed phrase in several places that are safe for you. Like, I don't know, I don't tell you to put it in your car because it can get stolen, but keep the copy of your seed in some places, not only one copy.
Well, I have a safe that has it's a fire safe that I have a fireproof box that'll go up to 9,000 degrees that I keep my seed phrases in, and they're etched into stainless steel plates. But I also have an additional safe that's hidden under a concrete pad in my garage.
Yeah,
So,
man.
and that has a second one.
So you could literally make your life even easier and get like a ledger and put a ledger in each one of those, because it's actually safer in a way to have it on the ledger, because when someone plugs, for example, if somebody finds your ledger, they have to plug it into the computer. They have to first, connect it as a hardware wallet, and then know your PIN. So if someone, for example, finds your seed phrase, buried under the ground or somewhere, right? They're going to be able to get you access to your wallet right away, because they're going to know your seed phrase. But if it's just your wallet or your ledger that's buried, they're going to need to know your PIN as well. This is why I'm such an advocate on
Gotta
ledger.
get it. Yep. Yeah. So to me, once we get past the ledger, the other thing that people need to be mindful of, right? So we agree that the ledger is important for all the reasons that LD and Susie just mentioned. Here's the other thing that people need to have front of mind. You need someone that you trust that knows how to access the ledger and the accounts, right? Because no one knows when our expiration date is, right? No one can predict that. So you better have someone in your life that can get access to the ledger and your cryptos that are on the blockchain.
My wife today, she was like this. She was like, I was like, can I have a cup of coffee? Because you're in the kitchen. She's like, yeah, no problem. And she went to put my coffee on, and she came back, and she's like, hey, so can you tell me the PIN to the ledger? And I was like, you know what? I don't want the coffee anymore.
The brand coffee is arsenic.
I love it. And LD, you're like, wait a minute, it actually tastes a little different today. I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm like, can you drink it first?
When he asked what type of creamer it was, she said,
yeah.
Yo, people have got to do that. And this is weird, and I hate to bring this up, but there was someone significant that lost their life today in the States, and he was only 40 years old. 40. I mean, that's a very young age. Like, no one expects to go to bed one night and not wake up the next day. And, the people in your life are going to be devastated. And you could have a ton of money, assets locked away in a cryptocurrency and no one can access it. So it's just important to make sure it's one person you trust that knows the password, the seed phrase, and actually the mechanics to access the cryptocurrencies.
And
you know what I
something
mean?
sick too about the ledger. The reason why I like the ledger is because, for example, you can tell your wife the pin to the ledger, right? Let's say your house gets broken into, someone opens the drawer to your computer, they're just going to be like, oh, this is just some stupid USB pen drive, right? If they're not in the crypto world, they're not going to know it. And why would they steal it anyways? Because they don't know the pin to it, right? But if they open your drawer or whatever and they see a fireproof safe, they're going to be like, oh, I'm going to take this. He's got some stuff in there. This is why I'm like, dude, like the seed phrase goes in one place where no one's ever going to be able to touch it. You can get one of those metal plates as well that is completely fireproof. But having that ledger there, man, it's like my father-in-law comes over and he's like, what the heck is that? Because it's like, it looks like a USB, but it's plugged in through a cable, And it's just, this is why I'm such an advocate. It's like, man, if I had have known about Ledger from the very beginning, I would have been using it. I would have bought it before I got my crypto. But I know a lot of people deal with crypto every day, like, Crypto Connoisseur. He's been dealing with crypto for a long time. But I mean, it only takes one bad click, one wrong click,
Yeah, it just offers
Someone's got
such
access.
peace of mind, doesn't it, LD?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and I click on a lot of
mind.
really sketchy shit online too.
Yeah.
I'm a 40-year-old white male. It's bound to happen.
And
When
you
go
work
on them
way
sites,
too hard.
unconnect to your ledger.
Yeah, you work way too hard to accumulate your assets to just one click away and it disappears. No, you can't explain that one. No way.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys. That was the major question that I wanted to bring up this evening. It is 7:15 here on the East Coast. I'm going to go spend the rest of the night with my beautiful wife. So I really appreciate your guys' time. I will try to catch up with you again for your Wednesday next week. Okay.
Sounds good, my friend.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good night. DeFi Dialogue. You still there?
I don't know. I think my mic tripping.
Okay, you are there now. I can hear you just fine.
What happened to his deep voice?
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for too. He's doing like a Milli Vanilli. He's kind of lip syncing and stuff like that. So we're catching him without the right mic.
In real life, he actually sounds like DeFi Dialogue.
We're catching him without the mic, LD.
Oh man, that's really good.
There you go, brother. Right on cue. Right on cue.
Oh man.
Hey, so look, man. So again, this is your first time on the Spaces with us. So this is how we do it every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And because it's your first time, I want to give you a platform. Was there anything specific you wanted to discuss? Any questions you had? Anything you want to share with the listeners?
Not really. I'm just glad to be invited because it's like I mess with LD all the time. Me and him text back and forth on Twitter. And it's just, I tell him all the time, I'm grateful that he put this together because he's literally half formed the Drip Avengers. I say that all the time to him. It's like, these are people I wouldn't have known. And it's so many awesome people in the community, like I think about it every day. I'm like, dude, this is like, can we like all buy an island somewhere, a Drip island, and just go there? This would be perfect. I know it's so many talented people as well. I'm sure somebody knows how to fire up the grill. We can have somebody fish fry.
This guy, Brazilian barbecue in the house.
We got some singers. I know we got some dancers.
Yes.
I know we have jokers, people, comedians. So this would be an awesome community to be a part of in some type of Drip Island sanctuary. So I'm I'm blessed to be invited into the fold. Like I said, I feel like I've been welcomed into the fold. Everybody, it seems like, I like all the different perspectives and views as well. Everybody brings like a different flavor to the squad and makes it that we're like just this, big family of different skills that all came together.
Totally agree, man. Glad you were able to join us too. Because to your point, everyone's got a different perspective, and I respect everyone as a speaker and a listener. And the platform just allows people's voices to be heard. And I say this all the time, like in general, there really isn't a wrong answer. It's just a different point of view, right?
Exactly.
And it's what's most important to you. And that's completely fine. It's just completely fine. We're
Yeah.
just here to give you different things to consider, but you own the decision. That's it. You own the decision.
Yeah, and that's funny. Like if we take the perspective of crypto connoisseur, there, for example, he's been dealing with contracts and with crypto for a long time, and he's never used a ledger, right? So he actually had FUD, right? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But why did he have FUD? Because he didn't know all of the facts, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
our job is to help educate, because there are things
Exactly.
that people FUD about that are not really reasons that you need to be FUDding, right? For example, like I probably just helped him now, and he's probably like at home right now thinking, God damn it, I got to get my ledger ready.
Absolutely. Right away.
That's right. Let me get this hooked
Yeah.
up.
Right away. It's
So
such
that's
peace of
what
mind
we
knowing
do.
that you have the ledger. Such
It,
Yeah,
peace of mind. Oh,
we
it's funny
educate,
because
right?
like he did, I bought a Trezor first actually. So I have a Trezor. That's my OG crypto wallet that I bought probably like 2 years ago. And then I didn't get a ledger until later. But since then I've purchased, I think, 5 ledgers for people in the family. I have like an extra one. So they're definitely something that I would tell everybody, make sure you have some type of hardware wallet.
totally. Totally.
Yeah. I
I
This
use
love it.
message was
SafePal.
not sponsored by Ledger.
I use
Nice.
SafePal. That's
Oh,
the only
God.
one I use SafePal.
I
SafePal.
have a safe pal as well. So that's another extra one that I have. And I think I probably have like $20 of BNB on it. I don't use it, but now that you said it, I'm gonna dust it off.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
I choose SafePal because you never have to plug it into the computer. It works with a camera, and it reads the QR codes.
Yep.
So in my point of view, it's safer that way. Doesn't have Bluetooth, doesn't have internet. You work with the app in your phone, and if you use the web extension, you have to confirm to make the confirmation of the transaction in your mobile phone, and use the QR code, and then put your code. So you have to go to several steps.
Right.
It's a pain sometimes, but safer for
Got
me,
it.
for my
Yeah, I didn't
point
even
of
know
view.
that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's the
Now,
first I've heard of it.
Crypto
Yeah.
Mark's got something about QR codes that he doesn't like. Crypto Mark, you want to talk about your
Let me see if he's.
reason why you don't like QR codes, man?
I know it's super early for him there. I'm wondering if he's just kind of
He's
listening.
probably sleeping.
Yeah, he probably is
Dozed
sleeping.
off.
Get up.
Yeah, he probably is. So
Wake
let's
up,
do this
Mark.
because we're getting close to the 90-minute mark. I did want to mention one thing and get everybody's opinion on it. So tomorrow, and there he is, Crypto Mark. Oh yeah. Oh,
Hey.
that's that sleep voice. That's that sleep
Yeah.
voice.
It's 1 a.m.
Hello.
Yeah, I
Good
don't
morning.
QR codes because I can't see what's behind it. So okay, I got nothing on my phone relating to my wallets or something, but yeah, I don't like them in general because they just open the site, you know.
Got
Yeah.
it. Okay. Something to consider. I love
Yeah.
it. Something to consider. All right, so let's do this. So tomorrow, right? I hope everyone's registered to vote, technically. So everybody's got pigs. And
Yep.
we're
In the pen.
supposed to be voting in the pen. More specifically, you purchase your pigs and you stake them in the pig pen. Like, how are we feeling about that? We really didn't get a chance to actually do that last week. So it sounds like tomorrow we'll have a chance to review the proposal and maybe a couple of days to assess it, evaluate it, and then place a vote. Are we excited about that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah.
am.
So am I. It's the first time I've actually would have voted on anything as a stakeholder. I haven't done it in real life. So this is going to be really interesting. Like, I'm actually looking forward to casting my vote on a project where I'm actually an owner of. Right?
Yeah.
That is powerful, you know?
Yes.
So I'm actually looking forward to it. Now, just a consensus. I mean, do we think people in general want maybe more like a weekly, monthly, quarterly injection? What are you guys thinking?
I think some people are going to definitely say weekly, even though
Yeah.
it may not be exactly what I go with, but I read a couple comments, talked to a few guys, and they're definitely on board for, they want weekly injections, kind of like if you got a weekly paycheck or some type of weekly thing to look for on Friday night, you know, you got this injection to your pig pen.
I could see that.
I think I'll be voting monthly.
I like more of the monthly myself, but I just don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence about it.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with LD when he says that it depends of your crypto education. If you know that, I don't know, I'm not saying that weekly is bad, but being the situation as it is in this bear market and what Forex said in that message, I don't think weekly is good for the ecosystem, because I think that, and I think Forex thinks he just said it in the last Thursday he said that he's gonna be very strategic with the funds and the buybacks, and you have to be more educated in why it's better for the system, in when.
Yeah, and it may not even be an option for weekly. You know what I mean? It may not.
It may not be.
Maybe.
Yeah,
You
may
know,
not.
Which I would be
I
fine
just have
with.
something to say about that. So,
Yeah.
for example, there could be something good about having weekly, what is
Injections.
it? Injections. Thank you. There could be something good. It would mean that people would be less likely to take their pigs out and sell them. For example, if we go monthly, yes, I agree. It's much better for the system, and overall, that's what I'm going to be voting on. But I can see people being like, oh, you know what? I can sell my pigs up until the 15th, drop the price a little bit, and buy more. You know, there's that kind of aspect that you can look at it, as well as people being like, I have until the end of the month to get my pigs back in. So let's, take the money out and go and do something else with it and come back. So if it was weekly, they'd be like, no way, I'm removing these right now, because, every single week it's going to be a new injection. So man, it's tough. It's tough. But like I said, I'm going monthly. I think monthly is the way to go. So
that's more of the lines where I'm thinking as well. But we'll see how it plays out, right? Hopefully, I just want the best thing for the whole system to be what ends up happening. That's what I really want.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So I'll be curious to see what they propose, because it seems like, again, it's going to come out in multiple choice. So they've already thought about what's probably best for the system. And for me, I'm thinking the more frequently, whatever that is, I'm thinking the more frequently, to LD's point, it's going to force people to kind of stake things in. But for me, I'm just thinking about the optics as well, right? If you know that you can invest in the animal farm product and you're going to get paid these dividends on a very frequently basis, I think that's going to attract a lot more people to want to participate in the product, versus saying, hey, you got to wait every quarter to get these dividends. I think people no longer have the appetite for that. I think people are really interested in, instant gratification. So the more frequently I can get access to my capital, that's my option, especially in DeFi. If it was in a traditional world, fine, because it's maybe a little safer. There's oversight, there's the SEC. But when we're talking about DeFi, it's like, no. Until I can trust this thing, how about you give me mine as soon as possible? So
I can see that.
Yeah, so we'll see how that plays out. Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. But good stuff, guys. It's about 6:23. Was there any burning topics, questions, subjects you guys wanted to cover?
I want to share a thought when I can, if I
Sure.
can.
I think this would be good for that, Susie.
Oh, thank you. It's real short. I want to share that not us, but a lot of other people are concerned about price and what is happening now,
Yeah.
and they don't have, as Forex says, a long perspective. This is not that I don't think this is an ecosystem for a short term. It's more for a long term.
Mhm.
And I see the way I see what is happening now is like this is like a new company, a new business that
Hmm.
is setting the basis of every department, like marketing and this and that and all every department in the business is building now. So it's going to get their basis, and it's going to be working uh, like in a month or two, as for the says. So I think, I don't know, maybe half a year in 2023, like, I don't know, April, June, uh, and July, maybe a lot of time, but it's gonna be so, so amazing that what we are looking at now is just a tiny thing. Uh, and 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 I trust Forex when he says, "Give me a year, and you will see what I'm doing, what I have in my mind." And he's a creator. He's more than a dev, and a man who can write code. He's such a great creator, and we have to give him time. And
Hmm.
he's so honest, and he has integrity. And I think we are blessed with Forrest, and we have to give him time. And that's why of course, I don't like low prices. Of course, I want them to
You
go.
don't? Why not?
Of course,
Why not? I'm confused.
but yeah, but what I see, like, I don't know, 4 months from now, this is going to be some other place, so
Totally.
big,
Yes.
so
Totally.
big. So I wanted to share this thought. Thank you.
I'm glad you did, because price has been, on a lot of people's minds this week. So I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Good.
So, Crypto Mark, you wanted to mention something?
Yeah. Don't forget the Driptopian Christmas anti-fat competition. Um, we raised about 500 drip or so,
Woo.
and yeah, there will be prizes for the first six depositors. You just have to deposit drip, buy fresh drip, and deposit into your faucet. Go to the Driptopian Telegram chat. There will be a Google Docs where you put in your transaction, and the admins of Driptopian, they will check who deposited the most drip. It goes until Friday or Sunday. I don't know. You have to check again, but check Driptopian on Twitter.
Hmm.
Check his last video, and he's explaining everything. And I think it's a good opportunity because drip is at $1, so you can go in with, I don't know, $50 and maybe be in the first five depositors, and
Nice.
can win a good chunk, uh, deposit 50 drip and maybe win 50 drip. So it's a good opportunity, I think.
I agree. That is awesome. Another way of creating utility and awareness
Yes.
to the drip ecosystem. I mean, just crushing it. That's why, for me, and again, I don't want to sound like I'm overhyping it, but it's going to come off that way. That's what makes me extremely excited about what's to come. Because again, I can't time it, but makes me extremely excited about what's to come, because our community has grown exponentially, and there's so many people that are dug in, and they're using, to your point, DeFi Dialogue, their God-given abilities to reach a much broader audience. Like when I first got into Drip, it was roughly 20. No. That's not true. It's about 15,000 wallets. And now we're at over 100,000 plus wallets. But there's so many more influencers on Twitter and YouTube, and then people are creating utilities and they're using their art form, to create additional utility. I mean, our reach is going to be further than any of us can even imagine. You know what I mean? So to Susie's point, it's just going to take time. And I know you guys have heard this, right? Because let's just be honest. Let's just call it what it is. I've been in Drip since December, and there hasn't been any incremental utility. So can you get a little frustrated? Yeah, of course, right? Because we all expected things to be different at this moment in time, right? But should you abandon ship? Absolutely not. That would be so premature, right? Because you don't even have all the variables in place to make a good decision. You are jumping off the ship prematurely. Why don't you wait until everything gets launched, allow it to manifest and simmer, and then make a decision, right? Because there's too much to come for you to get out of Drip right now. It just makes no sense to me. So that's what makes me extremely bullish. And I hate to keep using it because it falls on deaf ears sometimes, but that's why I'm so bullish about the ecosystem, just am.
Yeah,
All right.
right now, it's the
Yeah.
time. You build now, you do your stuff, your NFT projects, prepare everything, and or competitions or anything, or business or anything. And when Drip or when Drip shines again, or when the bull market starts, you are in a great position. You can launch, you can strike.
Yes. Oh my God, I
Yes.
can't wait. I can't wait.
I can't wait.
All right, so we're at about the 6:30 mark. I don't want to be premature. Has everyone had an opportunity to kind of get their final thoughts out there? I don't want to rush anyone off the phone. I want to make sure everyone's good and said what they wanted to say. Yeah. All right. I think we're good. So as usual, for everyone that chimed in as a speaker or a listener, you guys have 1,000 places to be. I'm so glad you chose to spend your time with us here on Twitter Spaces. It's always a great time. I promise you, every time we have these types of conversation, I learn something new. And today we're thinking about more innovative ways to expand the brand. So if you want to participate, reach out to myself or any other speaker, send us a DM and we will get you plugged in. I promise you, as a community, we can take Drip to newer heights. We all just have to put in our brick. All right. Yeah. So with that said, I wish everybody peace and prosperity. And until then, I want you guys to stay hydrated. All right. Everyone, enjoy your evening. You guys are rock stars. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. You guys are the best. Right on. Thank you, Mark, LD, DeFi Dialogue, Susie, Rock 8, Tom. Who else is on there? I see Davey, Sam, Cleve. Yep, I see you, brother. West Side and One. I see you, brother. Right on. Is it Dosey? I see ya. Who else we got? Palm Beach James. Thank you, brother. I see you. Sir Drips a lot. Right on. Thanks for hanging out with us. Farouk, you the man. I love all three of those cars. Can I have one, my friend? Right on. Did I get everybody? Let's make sure I don't want to leave anybody out. Crypto Bag, Travis, man, every week you are a legend, brother. I appreciate you, my friend. Love it. And who else? Crypto Crazy. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Stay hydrated, brother. Did I get everybody? Right on. We got everybody. All right, you guys. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. Take care now.
Out.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Susie. DeFi Dialogue. Talk to you guys. LD, Crypto Mark, thank you, guys. Rock Ape, I see you, brother. Thank you.
Enjoy the evening.
See you.
All right, guys.